Greetings and welcome to Faction Masters Season 7, Game 20. In this last game of our second round, we have the Eternal Council of Guildmaster against the Cave Goblins, played by Snikkit2nd. And I am joined by Snikkit for our video here. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I'll give the obligatory thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. So, with this matchup, I'm assuming you have the normal cave goblin swarm tactics, but is there anything in particular that you need to watch out for against the Eternal Council? Any pitfalls or traps to watch out for?
I mean, as you say, Cave Goblin's strategy doesn't tend to swing too wildly from matchup to matchup. The one thing I want to watch out for, probably, as most people do up against Eternal Council, is Idia, or Idea, however you say her name, Super Granny.
Yep.
Not necessarily because you can chuck a whole bunch of dice with Insight, which is what people worry about most of the time, but because Psychic Assault can really mow down a horde of goblins. So ideally, I want to put a bunch of damage on her as quick as possible to get her off the board, preferably in one turn to minimize the amount of boost she can siphon. The other thing I sort of have to watch out for is that she can steal my events with Learn, and my events are really good. But the problem is I can't really not play my events, so I just kind of have to YOLO those onto the board and hope that she doesn't ever learn. We'll see how lucky I get.
Okay. Let's get started here. We see you're going first. Got a gate to start with. Got an Unrelenting. I don't know if this is best time for it, but it is nice that you use the Clinger to avoid having to discard, and Sneaks is going to go right up to the front to soak some damage.
An early pause at the end of this round, or just leave.
Sure.
Oh no, it's still playing. Cool. So, my plan was, I can throw Sneaks up front, he can tank a bunch of damage, and then the turn after I can Unrelenting. And so, while my opponent will get damage on my Summoner, they won't actually get ahead economically at all for these first couple of rounds. And hopefully I can bait Idia forward into attacking Sneaks as well. And then get some damage on her in return, because I think damage on her is more important than damage on Sneaks in this matchup. Now, I have played a bit of Eternal Council, so when I made this play, I did the maths and figured, right, I should be alright as long as he doesn't have three very specific cards. Two of which you can see have already shown up on his screen in the form of Seek and Insight. And the third of which, Scholar, is in his hand. So there's actually now if he has those cards, there's a 22% chance I just explode immediately turn one.
Yeah, I can see the combo here. Advisor comes to here, Idia comes to here, Advisor pushes Idia up there, and now you're dealing with a lot of damage on Sneak. So let's see what happens here. I'll resume play. If anyone's watching the size of the scroll bar here, you can tell the game isn't over yet. Very defensive gate being placed there. Ooh, only 1 out of 3. Not what Idia wants to see. Now Guildmaster's going to have to go 8 for 8. And almost gets it.
Yes, not quite. Although, it's a shame it didn't happen because it would have made for a very funny video at least.
It would have, right in the beginning. Just the expected damage here. It's, let's see, 15 plus 10. That's 40, so 55 into 6. Yeah, it's... What did you say it was, 22%?
I think that's what the dice calculator told me.
I would take that risk, considering what the payoff is going to be here. Not that you knew it was even in the cards, but you get the good pylon here. I'm assuming you'll swap in perhaps a Slinger or a Clinger.
Well, the Clinger can't attack, so I think it has to be the Slinger.
Oh, right, because you've already used your 3 attacks. So, getting some heavy damage on Idia at the price of only 1 boost. And he can't sustain both events. He chooses to sustain the Seek, just to try to draw some more cards, get him out of this jam. Using the Advisor to push his Summoner back into some safer areas.
Yeah, and unfortunately he does have the Learn, so he gets to scoop up 2 really nice events.
However,
But
at
on
the
the plus,
cost of two, yeah, go ahead. You were
at the
saying you
cost,
were going to say it.
I was actually going to say that, of course, at least I can get to Edia again because there's a Klinger on the board.
Yeah, I was also going to say at the cost of not getting the two boosts. Sometimes I like to use the learn just to get more boost to extend the other events. So you're in a really good position here, and the second Unrelenting is going to make things quite difficult for Guildmaster. Even with an Enrage the Horde for a couple more damage, takes Edia very
Yep.
low. He really
Back to back,
needs
unrelenting is pretty back-breaking most of the time.
to have a Psychic Assault here, I think, to get him out of this jam. Well, the Pylon could help. The Unrelenting, maybe. Let's see what he does with him. Second Insight played.
So his turn here, if I recall, is actually really good. You can see he's bunkering Edia in the back to try and minimize my routes in together. And it's specifically the units he chooses to kill that work out for him here.
Yeah, the ones up in the front.
Well, not quite. He's going to leave the Klinger alive.
Oh, because it can't get to you?
Yes. I was counting on that Klinger dying as part of the Unrelenting turn, but no, he chooses wisely to leave it. And if I had a Klinger, the game would be over on this turn, unless the dice were awful. But I don't, so we must play on.
Well, if you had the double sneak,
That too, yeah.
I don't think you had used one. Double sneak would also end it for you, but let's see. So at this point, I think you're just trying to get units down the board to set up the next turn.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this is the turn where I respond to his pretty good turn with my awful turn. Not helped by the dice you're about to witness.
Okay, let's
Or
watch.
dice make you squeamish, viewers. Look away.
That's not the worst. Let's see. That's pretty poor.
So I'm about to make, I'd say, the pretty unwise decision here to pop and enrage the Horde to get damage on Edia, completely forgetting that, hey, she can use her boost to sustain my events as well as her own.
Yeah.
And what event has she got up there? Yeah. If you want to take anything away from this video, you should take away not to play Summoner Wars tournament matches on 2 hours sleep. Oh yeah, and those dice.
And then
round
yeah.
out a lovely turn.
Yeah, this seemed like such a great turn for a pylon horde attack, but yeah, even just adding insult to injury there.
If I recall, that game being a 5 actually matters for hitting it with potential Wolf Riders in the future. So, because as you can see,
Yeah,
Edia is going to hide behind it, and she's going to take up permanent residence there for a while.
oh, his dice are not so great this turn either. But with Psychic Assault and the Sage's Exploit, he's going to reap a lot of magic now.
And I cannot return the favor because he still has my Unrelenting.
Yeah.
So this will be the inverse of my last turn. I have a Klinger, but Klinger no longer lets me win. I need a sneak, but I have no sneak. So.
Well, you have a sneaks, but he's
grounded.
He can't come in until it's time for the coup de grace.
So now I draw the sneak, but if I recall, he's going to set up and block off all the avenues.
This is a very interesting position. Two summoners that are too low to be in the fight, just sitting in the back, throwing commons at each other.
Yeah, we're no longer playing Summoner Wars, we're playing Common Wars. And at this point, I'm definitely feeling a bit behind in the game. My window may have closed.
Despite hiding behind the wall, Edia is still able to ping away at your Wolf Rider or Beast Rider over there.
Yep. So I decided to shift left and try and play a bit more economically. And I'm kind of just crossing my fingers and hoping Guildmaster makes a misplay.
Hmm.
I mean, he's been invited to the Tournament of Champions, so how good can he really be, you know? And yeah, he has some bad dice here.
Yeah, it goes both ways. You get to each have your turn. It's just a very defensive setup here. At this point, just, I think, trying to collect the pieces you need for a combo.
Well, I have Wolf Riders, Climbers, Clingers in hand, so I have all the pieces, but he's blocked all the avenues. You can see
Yeah.
even more moving his knight super defensively, so there's just no way through.
This strikes me as very good positioning against the cave goblins. Some players think the gates will protect them, but the gates are just an open space for the climbers to get in. Well, he has run through his draw pile, but
Yep, I'm on 8 cards to his 6.
the
So
beefy commons
maybe.
just keep coming. 4 health, 4 health, 3 health, 4 health. It's hard to get through all of that.
I was quite happy to see that Beast Rider survive, so this was when I thought, okay, maybe, just maybe, I can win economically. Unfortunately, he's still got one of my cards in his hand that he's going to put to good use next turn.
That was a crucial hit there to open that up. Ah, the pylon.
Yep. So all my good boys are about to leave the board, if I recall.
Well, you still have the Eater, if you can find a way to get up to 6 magic, which doesn't look
Yep.
likely.
I considered dumping my hand to get the Eater. The problem is, as we've established, Guildmaster knows what he's doing. So while the Eater could maybe kill all the units on the board, he'd just run away from it and it would starve to death and become B-rolled in like a charity advert somewhere.
Yeah.
So instead I make, I think, the only route to winning that I have, which is to YOLO sneaks up the board, hope Edia has no commons in her hands, which is already incredibly unlikely, and then hope she whiffs the attack on him, because I don't think there's any other way I can win.
Well, 3 out of 3 bows is not the most likely outcome. Let's see what he's got. He's going to
So
go
he chooses
for it.
not to use the
Comes
block,
down to the dice. Oh, there it is. Wow,
yeah.
what a finish.
Even if Edia had missed there, he actually had 6 dice with the Sage, because the Knight would shunt the Climber.
Right. So. Okay. So it wasn't actually that that unlikely. It was very much a last desperate attempt.
Yep. I mean, it was cruel of him. If he'd just played the Mind Knight above his 7 gate and shuffled it across, the game would have been over anyway, and it wouldn't have come down to dice. But he decided to give me some hope before he crushed it.
Well, this has been a very exciting match. Thanks for coming on and breaking it down for us. Do you have any closing comments for us?
Not off the top of my head now.
Okay. Well, we hope to see you in the next tournament. Thanks for being on here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all of our viewers. We will see you guys next time for more Faction Masters.